This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for May 17, 2023, teen charged with murder and 6 counts of wounding. A 17-year-old boy was slapped with multiple charges following last month's shooting on a public passenger vehicle on Spanish Town Road. One woman died while 6 others, including a child, were injured in the incident. The teen, who was arrested sometime after the shooting, is now facing charges of murder, 6 counts of wounding with intent, shooting with intent, being in possession of a prohibited weapon, being in possession of prohibited ammunition, and using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony. He was positively pointed out on an identification parade. The teen was charged with the murder of 40-year-old Marsha Saunders, a haggler of Friendly Avenue, Central Village, St. Catherine. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that about 3:30 p.m., the teen and another man armed with handguns boarded a bus along the mentioned roadway and opened gunfire, hitting Saunders and the 6 other people. His court date is being finalized. Clark announces massive salary increases for politicians. Prime Minister to take home nearly $30 million next year. The country's political directorate yesterday saw the biggest increases in salaries in decades, with the Prime Minister set to take home nearly $30 million per annum by next year. The increases, which range over 3 years from 2022, form part of the government's compensation review of the public sector. They were announced in the House of Representatives by the Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark.
For the Deputy Prime Minister, Madam Speaker, 20.1 million as of April 1st, 2022, 22.7 million as of April 1st, 2023, and 25.7 million as of April 1st, 2024. For the Prime Minister, Madam Speaker, salary of 22.3 million as of April 1st, 2022, 25.3 million at April 1st, 2023, and salary of 28.6 million as of April 1st, 2024. Madam Speaker, for the Minister of State, who is at 80% of the Cabinet Minister, a salary of 14.3 million as of April 1st, 2022, 16.2 million as of April 1st, 2023, and 18.3 million as of April 1st, 2024. Madam Speaker, for the Speaker of the House, to be compensated at the level of the Cabinet Minister, which I just read. For the Parliamentary Secretary, who was benchmarked, Madam Speaker, at 75% of the Cabinet Minister, the level would be 13.4 million for April 1st, 2022, 15.2 million for April 1st, 2023, and 17.2 million effective April 1st, 2024. Madam Speaker, for the Leader of the Opposition, who's compensated at the same level as the Deputy Prime Minister, which I read earlier and will not repeat. For the Deputy Speaker, Madam Speaker, compensated at the same level, at 75% of the Cabinet member, which is the same level as the Parliamentary Secretary. I won't repeat that. And then for the Member of Parliament, Madam Speaker, who's compensated at the level of 62% of the Cabinet Minister, salary for April 1st, 2022 of 11.1 million, April 1st, 2023, 12.5 million, and April 1st, 2024, $14.2 million.
Security forces detained several people in SOE operations. Police and the soldiers on Tuesday conducted a series of joint operations in St. James, Hanover, and Clarendon, following the declaration of states of public emergency in the 3 parishes. The SOEs took effect at midnight, and the declaration is in response to an upsurge of criminal activity in the parishes. The news was informed that 8 people were detained Tuesday during an operation in Friendship, Green Island, Hanover. There has been a surge in murders and shootings in Green Island over the last 3 weeks. At the same time, St. James recorded 3 double murders and a triple killing last week. The parish has been rocked by a number of deadly shootings due to disputes over proceeds from lottery scamming. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson said although there has been a 27% drop in murders, St. James still has the highest number of murders across all police divisions, with a total of 69 recorded up to Sunday. Additionally, the police commissioner said the Clarendon Police Division has recorded a 67% increase in murders and a 41% increase in shooting incidents as at May 14, compared with the corresponding period last year. The Hanover Division has recorded the greatest increase in murders, with a 70% rise as at May 14 compared with 2022. National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang on Tuesday encouraged the citizens to see the enhanced security measures as an opportunity to join the fight against the criminality.
The brutish murders that have taken place in Year 1 this weekend has really have deep concern. As I said, we have had the zones here. And in addition to that, I said the police in this area worked hard. I mean, the joint command is very active and they cooperate very well between the commanding officer from the army and the assistant commissioner of police. And like last night, I can tell you, when I spoke to one of the superintendents, they were all over. And you'd have seen that. You'd have had to have resources in Hopewell, Sandy Bay. You had to have resources up in the Canaan area, rural St. James. We had the resources in Mount St. We had to be again out in the Nowell area and elsewhere. So it's a challenge, but the officers are committed. They're up to the task, but we're going to have to cut the number of homicides going right now, and that's what we're going to take steps to correct.
Indicom probing fatal shooting by police in St. Anne. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the fatal shooting of a man during a reported confrontation with the police in St. Anne Tuesday morning. The deceased is 27-year-old Shannon Campbell of Rickman Drive in Bamboo in the parish. It is reported that a police team conducted a targeted operation at a house occupied by Campbell about 5:40 a.m. He was fatally shot and a semi-automatic pistol with 6 rounds of ammunition reportedly seized. NHD staff restive over non-implementation of job evaluation exercise. Employees of the National Housing Trust are meeting to decide whether to take industrial action to protest against the non-implementation of job evaluation exercise at the agency. The NHD staff, who are represented by the University and Allied Workers Union and the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees, called the extraordinary meeting Tuesday afternoon. Gary Garvey, third vice president of the UAWU, told the news that the management of the NHD and the Ministry of Finance have failed to update the workers about the job evaluation, which started in 2018 and was completed in 2021.
The job evaluation started in 2018 and the process was completed in 2021. The report was handed over to management in 2021, and since then we have had numerous discussions with the management, and I think we have come to an agreement as to the approach. The evaluation was originally approved by the Ministry of Finance. We are now told that the agreement between the parties at the local level have been forwarded to the ministry for further approval. We don't understand what is going on with that. As far as we are concerned, the job evaluation has been paid for by the National Housing Trust using public funds, and therefore it will be a waste for it to not be implemented. So the workers are very, very upset about the fact that there is this long-standing delay, 5 years and counting, and no end in sight. And the workers are now meeting to discuss and agree on whatever the approach will be going forward in terms of our response to this situation.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.